And John is with me from Washington. So, John, Governor Pence deflected your question about Donald Trump's comments towards his accusers. What did you make of the governor's comments?
Well, he does a lot of deflecting. He's being a good running mate. But I think the left unanswered is a question about Donald Trump's behavior in the present moment. Mike Pence kept talking about how it was 11 years ago that Donald Trump was caught on the tape. Well, first of all, there's no statute of limitations on those remarks. But more to the point, it's a question of how he's behaving now towards these people making allegations. And not only is he being highly critical of them, which was a complaint they made about Hillary Clinton, but then he's also in his critiques been raising the issue of whether these women were attractive enough to be worthy of his attentions. That seems to be underlying the charge that's being made at him at the same time. Mike Pence wouldn't address that, but it's still out there, and it's one of the reasons, undoubtedly, that Donald Trump is doing so poorly in our battleground tracker with women voters.
Let's talk about the Democrats. You asked Senator Tim Kaine about the latest WikiLeaks release, including emails that seem to show Hillary Clinton trying to tell voters a different story than what her actual position is on some emails. Let's go ahead and listen to some of that.
Don't voters have a right to get the straight story from a candidate who's asking to be given so much power?
Well, I think you can, and you can ask the people involved in any of the emails what they think about the topics. John, here's something that we do have to just state very plainly. Not only are these emails an effort by WikiLeaks and Russia to try to destabilize our election, but anybody who is going to try to cyber attack and then try to destabilize an election, you can't trust that they're going to maintain scrupulous honesty about the content of what they're dumping out for the world to see.
All right, so Watergate comparisons, references to Russian hacking. Are those effective arguments, you think, John?
Well, they're effective in the sense that they're keeping the conversation off of the underlying issue, which is the shifting positions and the maneuverability of the Clinton campaign as they put forward a public image of the candidate to voters that was different than the private image of the candidate. So anything else that they can talk about is something they want to talk about. On the other hand, it is true that these are stolen emails and that this is a national security question. It's a global question as American voters think about the relationship between the United States and the Russians. And so that's a big part of this story as well. And then I think for voters, the question is there anything in those emails that suggests a special level of lack of trustworthiness on the part of the Clinton campaign, or is that just the spinning and massaging of positions that we're used to seeing from all kinds of candidates? And certainly Donald Trump, for his part, has massaged and changed many of his positions, and on issues like birtherism or his ban on Muslims, has certainly changed in a much bigger way than Hillary Clinton did in those discussions that were going on in the email.
John, looking back at the past week, Hillary Clinton has relied on surrogates, most notably First Lady Michelle Obama, to hit Donald Trump over sexual assault accusations. How delicate is this issue for Secretary Clinton?
Well, I think Michelle Obama's speech was, as a matter of politics, very effective, because Michelle Obama is separate and apart from the drama of the Clinton years and obviously anything having to do with Bill Clinton and his character issues. But Michelle Obama can witness for women to what it's like to have yourself, your gender, talked about as property in this way. And so when she makes that claim, it's something that other women can identify with. And it doesn't come from the sort of traditional corners of the conversation. And so it has a chance to resonate a little bit more.
All right. John Dickerson in Washington. John, thank you.
Thanks, Elaine.